Altcoins are flashing a signal that we haven't seen since the early stages of the last bull market, a period of time where we moved into a phase where we saw huge pumps across the altcoin market. Guys, this is an incredibly important video. I'm going to tell you exactly what that signal is and what it means for us. I'm also going to talk about which coins I would be focusing towards to see the best upside in the coming days. So hit that like button and let's get into today's video. Now guys, as we look across to the Bitcoin chart, we can see that we are recovering now from a significant dip that we saw in just the last 2 days. And all we need to understand right now is why did that dip happen and what is the altcoin signal that he's talking about? Well, don't worry. I can be patient. We're going to get there. Bitcoin has been pumping towards the upside and it had a very healthy sell-off. Why did it have a sell-off? Well, because of long-term holders of Bitcoin who own Bitcoin for more than 6 months selling off, dumping their Bitcoin. Why would they do that to us? Well, because while you might have arrived in crypto in the last few weeks, some people have been here making lots of money in their Bitcoin over a long period of time, and now they're happy to take profits. But don't worry. We can capitalize on this because while they've been dumping their crypto, something else very significant has happened. And it's this. The Bitcoin dominance has been dumping towards the downside. So why is this such a big deal for us? Well, guys, because the Bitcoin dominance represents the percentage of the entire crypto market held in Bitcoin. And when the Bitcoin chart is going down like it's been doing in the last couple of days, typically, you would expect the Bitcoin dominance to go up because when Bitcoin dips, usually altcoins dip way harder. Therefore, Bitcoin dominance goes up when Bitcoin goes down, okay? And vice versa. During kind of strong phases in the bull market, we can usually see Bitcoin dominance starting to tail off and slow down. So over the last couple of days where Bitcoin has been dumping, we've seen the Bitcoin dominance dump harder than it has done since back in 2021. So why is this such a big deal? Well, this was back in 2021, the 3rd of January 2021. You see the top of the Bitcoin dominance was here. It then dumped aggressively like this. This is the 3rd of January 2021 on the Bitcoin chart. We see it top out and then we see Bitcoin dumping down towards here. Okay, so where Bitcoin had been running strongly, Bitcoin dominance has been going too. You can see that Bitcoin then carries on and then we see the dominance crash towards the downside. This is exactly the day the altcoin season started back in 2021. And we're seeing it happen right in front of our eyes. And that's why if we look across to crypto bubbles today, that we're seeing a sea of green once more. Okay, Bitcoin is barely back up towards the upside. Sea of green across the 100s, across the 200s, etc. Okay, huge amounts of greenery. And before I tell you which altcoins I think are going to see the biggest pumps in the coming days and weeks, let's just look at whether Bitcoin is going to see further downside, whether or not everyone's going to start selling Bitcoin to buy altcoins. Well, the good news is this. While we've seen lots of longer term holders selling off their Bitcoin, we've actually seen a lot of the ETFs, exchange traded funds owned by the likes of BlackRock, buying up Bitcoin, which has meant that the price of Bitcoin has started to increase back towards the upside once more, which is obviously good. But at the same time, we're now supporting a lot of altcoin growth. Good news, right? So is Bitcoin recovering? Well, let's have a look. This was a recent dip that was seen on the Bitcoin chart. After that initial pump, we can again measure up towards the top and see this Fibonacci retracement tool is now showing us that Bitcoin is bouncing in some key areas. We got support on the 0.618 here. We're now starting to establish ourselves back above the 0.5. This is a very key level to hold. If Bitcoin holds here, it's more than likely we see another continuation move towards the upside. Now, this might not happen overnight. It might not rush to happen, mainly because we've got Thanksgiving in the US tomorrow, I believe. And that means obviously less people will be paying attention to crypto and therefore markets will likely move a little bit slower tomorrow. But in my opinion, we are heading back towards these highs. Now, does that mean that Bitcoin will never have a sell-off again? Well, unlikely. I think Bitcoin really will push somewhere to around 106, 107, and then could well have a significant correction, something like this. But that's all fun and games. It gives us a chance to make the most of the next moves coming. So where should we buy into this dip right now? Well, in my opinion, the best places to be investing in the early phases of this bull market are into the larger cap coins, okay? The top 100 coins out there, because you can see consistency right now. A lot of these, significant amount of these are up today, but if you go to like the 900 to 1000, there'll be the odd one that's been pumping, but a lot of them are still in the red. This is a very key early stage of the bull market. Typically, not all altcoins run together. Larger market cap coins do run the best. But if you want to know which small caps are actually pumping right now and how to identify them before they pump, then go and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and check out the videos I've made in the last few days, okay? For example, this one on Avalanche, which went live on Sunday and has since then seen a pump of over 20%. This video talking about coins that were about to list on Binance, where we found Puffer that has done 43% in just the last 24 hours or so. Or this one talking about real-world assets and how to find small-cap real-world assets with huge potential, where we found our trade that pumped nearly 48% in just the last 12 hours. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel because then you're going to be able to follow me and I'm going to show you how to find these gems for yourself. But if I was a betting man, and what I was betting on in the Avalanche ecosystem is to find a layer 1 that has done really well. I recommend you watch this video, okay? You find a layer 1 that's done really well. For example, since a video I made on Sui back in September, we've identified that when layer 1s have good volume and good TVL growth, then we start to identify that the coins underneath them are likely to pump. And those small cap gems can absolutely rock it. We found Cetus on Sui that did like a 5 or 6x. We found a handful of others like Navi Protocol and Scholar. And this is how we know Avalanche is taking off. And just wait, I'm going to give you another one that is also about to take off. But DeFiLlama.com, you can see Avalanche. Right now, the TVL and volume suddenly starting to spike towards the upside once more. Think about it like this. I made this analogy the other day. A blockchain like Ethereum, like Solana, like Avalanche, Sui, whatever, is like a digital city. A digital city where you can go and build things in that city. If you can think of a city around you that is doing really well and expensive to live in, chances are it's got lots of nice restaurants and bars and parks and whatever else. Okay, people are building good stuff there. Lots of people want to invest in that area. Prices keep going up. On the flip side of things, you can think about a city that maybe isn't that great to build in. Maybe there's high crime rates. Maybe it's not that secure. Maybe it's kind of expensive to build there, but not particularly nice kind of thing. Lots of people don't want to build there. Those cities don't tend to do very well. Cities that are great to build in and have lots of cool stuff going on are the places to look. And this, DeFiLlama.com, is showing you people building in those cities. Okay, you can see down below, these are people building in the cities. These are all the projects on AVAX. I just told you, Trader Joe, one of the top platforms on Avalanche, which is now benefiting from the growth of Avalanche. You can see Benchy doing the same. Look for DEXs, look for lending protocols, okay, and watch that YouTube video and it will tell you more about this. But what's the other chain that's just starting to wake up? And I will make a video deep diving this in the next couple of days, so make sure you're subscribed for that. Now, what we can see happening on Sei right now is very similar to what we saw happening on Sui back in September. This is what we saw happening on Sui back in September. You can see a sudden uptick in the volume and the TVL growth. This showed us that people were starting to build there, that people were starting to invest. This was a good place to invest, and that's where we saw some good upside. Meanwhile, now Sei, you can see, is doing this. Just the start of November, some days was doing like $5 million of volume, $7 million of volume. Just a couple of days ago, Sei does a day where it does $72 million in volume. Most other days around $45 million. Just think about the increase. And during that period of time, the price really hasn't risen that much. If you want to find some small cap gems, go and look at Sui, at Navi Protocol. Go and look at Cetus. Go and look at some similar projects on Sei, and those are probably pretty good bets. Okay, we've done it again on Avalanche. Let's do it again on this. It's not hard, okay? Come down below. Every chain that's doing well needs a good staking and lending platform, okay? You've got liquid staking, Silo Stake. Go and look at Silo Stake. Is it doing anything interesting? Well, yes, the TVL is suddenly surging towards the upside. It's got $109 million total locked. I don't know anything about this project. In fact, in a couple of days, I will deep dive this Sei chain, so make sure you subscribe for that. We can catch up and have a look at some of these coins. What else? We can come down below. We've got DEXs. We've got Dragon Swap. We've also got Jelly Swap. TVL on Jelly Swap going crazy. It's a DEX, okay, decentralized trading exchange. You need to have good volume on DEXs. Okay, cool. We're starting to see some volume tick up in this. Fully diluted valuation, 26 million. Go and look at what it is on CoinMarketCap. Go and look at a website. Go and look at Twitter. You can see it's got a market cap of like $5.3 million. Now, I'm not saying that this is necessarily the one to invest in. Now, obviously, you need to go and research these coins. Don't just go and ape into anything I've talked about. I really have literally just looked at that, okay? I don't know too much about it. Go and find some of these. Crypto really isn't that difficult, okay? When you find a coin that is pumping, that isn't a meme coin, go and understand meme coins, fine. But if you find a coin that's pumping, go and identify why it might be pumping. Okay, Torn, I've never even heard of. I don't want to buy it because it's up 5x today, which is crazy. If you hold Torn, congratulations. Let me know down below what it is. Go and find out what it is, what's been going on there, and then go and look for the next one. That's all I've taught you to do in this video. And I will continue to teach you how to do this as time goes on And that's going to make you way more profitable in this bull market than just taking blind advice on which coins to buy, because that will 100% get you wrecked. Because if you ever see any dips, you don't know whether you should be holding it or not, because you don't know what it is. Okay, so understand the coins that you're holding and whether or not it's good to be holding those coins. And if you want to go and pick up crypto coins without having to pay extortionate fees on Coinbase and Binance, and you don't want to have to do a KYC, if you want to go and access a bonus that you can trade with, then make sure you use Bitunix, which is linked down below. No KYC means you don't have to register. Most of the coins that I talk about on this channel get listed on Bitunix. If you want coins listed on Bitunix, ask me down below. Please list on Bitunix, and I'll do my best to go and talk to the team and get those coins on there. If you are a fan of the House of Crypto, then make sure you are trading on Bitunix, because we are going to be using this exchange throughout this bull market to be able to get as many coins on there as possible so that you don't need to KYC and you can enjoy the cheapest fees going. Guys, if you got this far through, thank you so much for watching all of it. Hit that like button. Let's enjoy another few weeks of crypto bull market. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye-bye.